Hi guys, how are you? Happy Sunday. Just making sure everything's ready to go. How are you? All right, just make sure everybody can hear me and all that good stuff. All right. All right, let me see. Can I scoot down? Okay, just making sure everybody has a chance to get on here, making sure everything's looking good. Hey Marie, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Oh, somebody's first time live. Good morning, everybody. All right. Okay, let me just double check my phone here, making sure everybody is good to go. All right. Happy Sunday. Okay, great. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate it. Great. Wonderful. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Oh, Susan's first time live. Welcome in. Ooh, Joan's first time live. Hi from Alabama. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jennifer. All right. Okay. Good morning, Gabby. Just let everybody have a chance to get in here. Hi. Hey, Amy. Hey, Aurora. Amanda. Welcome. Oh, hi from Israel. Wonderful. All around the world. Rebecca's first time. Yay. How's everybody doing today? So since it is your first time, thank you so much for being here. All my OG squad members, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for spending a little portion of your time with me today this weekend. Antoinette's first time as well. So many new people. Thank you so much. I just figured out how to talk to people. That's so funny. I know, it's a little confusing. Thank you, Penelope, for welcoming everybody. All right. Hi, Brunette Beauty Blogger. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to talk, just hang out for a little bit. This is what we do. So basically, if it's your first time, hey Nana, it's first time, wonderful. So what you do is we just literally sit here and chat about a topic for the first about 15 minutes, and then I take your questions for the remaining of the time, and we just have a really nice time. So I get a lot of questions recently about like a skincare routine for summer. And since I live in Colorado, it's a very different climate than when I lived in California. And even no matter where you live, I'm going to try to tell you or help you adjust what I'm talking about to your climate. So we're first going to start with more of this kind of arid, drier climate. Now, to be honest with you, this really affects me more during a colder spell or winter here. Now, I haven't spent a full winter here, so that will be fun. So look out for my, winter skincare routine, because it's probably going to be pretty different. But there's a little bit of humidity here in the air, so it's not super, super dry at the moment. And so, yeah, say Jay Holmes, first time as well. Welcome from the Netherlands. All right. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Antoinette. All right, so we're going to start with AM. I honestly, if you've watched me before, it doesn't change a whole lot now because I have found products that really work for me. That's why I have no makeup on right now, because I'm going to be applying my skincare, because I know you guys love to see me actually apply it in the order that I apply it. So this is going to be different than I normally do. And I've just found recently that this is what my skincare routine is missing in this climate. I find that in this kind of drier, arid climate, especially people that live in something like Colorado, where we're really high in altitude, also like more desert climates, things that are just more dry in general. For me, for my skin type, since I am more dry to normal, I have found that I need an actual exfoliating toner more often than I did in California, which is crazy because I just did, well, not just, but several months ago, I took actually out all AHA and BHA, which is alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid serums out of my routine. Now, I'll tell you honestly, I have not added them back in. I still do not use those, but I still use my Exuberance Pads, and I will list everything that I've talked about today in the description box. It's just going to take me a little bit of time because today is my last day with my in-laws. They leave tomorrow, so just bear with me in the description box as we move through Sunday and then into Monday. But for some reason, I have just needed a little bit more of an exfoliation toner. Now, I have tried several. So when I'm talking about my Exuberance Pads, if you guys have seen my video, they are AHA and BHA pads. They're mainly glycolic acid, and I actually use them once a week, mainly on Sundays. If you are in more of a humid climate, I would also add in exfoliation, but you're not going to need them as much. So when it's more dry, the skin, yes, needs more hydration, more attention in the humectants area, but it also has a hard time turning over, and dead skin cells have a tendency to accumulate on the skin a little bit quicker. And I've really noticed that. So it's actually kind of cool living in a different climate than I normally have been, so I can really speak to what you guys might be going through as well. So Tracy Go says, why did you remove AHA and BHAs? So Tracy, I did a whole video on this, but I'll speak to it really quickly. I took out all AHA and BHA serums, okay? So serums, not pads or toners or anything like that. The reason being is my skin was not responding to my skincare as I really wanted it to. It was actually kind of going backwards. It was becoming more sensitive. It was becoming more red. My texture was coming back. And what that was over exfoliation, overuse of AHAs and BHAs. Now, I know better, but I've been trying so many, at that point, I had been trying so many new ones for you guys that it kind of got carried away. So I had to pull back on that. Thank you, Marie, for putting that link in the comment section. I appreciate it. All right, so this is going to be a little bit different than normal. So I've tried several AHAs and BHA toners lately. I'm going back to an oldie but a goodie that I've talked to you about. But when I'm talking about this, I've already washed my face. So this is morning time. And I've already washed my face with a gentle milky cleanser. Pick your favorite. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just a very gentle one. I've used Juralique's milky cleanser, Guerlain Naturals milky cleanser, which I love. I've used Pixie's. I've used a whole bunch of different ones, but pick your favorite. Miss Kimster O, remind me of that whenever we're done, and we can have a conversation at the end of this about the Exuviance and Dr. Dennis Gross. All right, so what I did is I've already washed my face, and then I'm going to go in with my Glossier Solution Exfoliating Skin Perfector. It has 10% AHA, BHA, and PHA, so it has salicylic acid. It is an acne treatment, I'll be very honest with you, but it has a PHA in it, and I have a whole video on what PHAs are. They're a very gentle, amazing acid exfoliation for super sensitive skin. It is one of my favorite go-to ingredients for people that have very sensitized skin. For some reason, this has been working beautifully for me. So again, this is just my current AM routine. It changes by the month, but right now, this is what I've been doing for the past several months. So I'm just going to use on the pad. I don't do this every day, but boy, do I do it pretty often. I would say maybe every other day to every couple of days in a row. My pigmentation is really coming back with a vengeance. I am starting a routine next week to see if I can get that under control. So that's all I do. I just wipe this all over the face, and it's so gentle. No, there's no fragrance in here. No fragrance at all. It's a really clean, very inexpensive, very effective. You do feel a little slight tingling sensation, and I don't usually use AHAs and BHAs in the morning, but I find that I can with this. So that is that. And then I just kind of let it sit for a few seconds. I let it, dry down, because when you're using any kind of acids like this, you want to make sure that you let them dry down first before putting anything on top of it. It takes seconds, guys. It's not super time consuming. And then I just let that dry down, and I feel very slight tingling sensation, but nothing crazy. And then I will use my, I mean, it's no surprise. Now, when we go into, this is the TATCHA Essence. When we go into winter months, I will add my Cosrx Snail Mucus. Mucin, excuse me. I always say mucus. It's mucin. And that's a little more hydrating on top of this. So I just will pat this into the skin. Just going to take a towel real quick. I got a little on my computer. There we go. Don't want to have that on there. All right. And then I'm going to do 2 or 3 skins, which basically means that you take it and pat it in again. Vicky from TATCHA, who is the owner of it, actually uses quite a few skins. And you can adjust this to how dry you are. So if you are more oily, you can go ahead and just do 1 skin. For me, I like to do 2 or 3. Thank you for my headband. I just got it at a cute little store near me. I wish I knew where to get it. It's just like a cute little, side store. And then I just kind of rub the excess all over. I love this stuff. But this is like my perfect essence for the summer. I mean, I use it all year round, but if you're looking for an essence that is good for summer, this is a really fantastic one. Yes, the price point is high, but you know that has never wavered in me. I fully love that toner. I mean, that essence. Now, speaking in daytime, I am going to use my Tgif Booster from Lamu. I don't go a day without this. I use this morning and night. And then I just press this all around my face. This, if you haven't seen, is a growth factor serum, plant-based. It will help everything that goes on top of it penetrate more and more effectively. It's one of my favorite Holy Grail products that I think everyone could really benefit from. And that is that. And then right away, I go in with my Lamu Vitamin C. Pick your favorite, honestly. I like this one because A, it's super stabilized, and B, it has a bunch of different types of vitamin C in it. And Marie and I actually were talking that Lamu says to use this at night. Honestly, it's just part of their protocol. You can use it during the day. It's no big deal. It's just a vitamin C serum. But you can use it whenever you see fit. And then look I just like douse my whole body in anything else I have left. Now it is important to, at this step, go ahead and let this sit for about 2 or 3 minutes before you go in with your next treatment. Nothing crazy. This is when I do my eye serum. So I'm going to go in with my Is Clinical Vitamin C Eye Serum. And it's really watery. Now, this is taking the place of my Biossance, not for any other reason except for I am trying something new. I still have my Biossance right here. It's fantastic. And then I just tap this in. Now, the eye cream that I've been using, I can't show you guys because it's not out yet. But when it is, I will let you know. And it's really, really beautiful for hydration. All right, so while that kind of sits for a second, let me just read a few of the comments. Somebody says, TGF, love it. Using it in the morning and night thanks to you. Huge improvement in my skin. So glad to hear that. Using a hydrating toner comparable to use of an essence if doing several skins. Absolutely, Joan. Yeah, absolutely. But the essence from TATCHA has a rice fermentation, which is fantastic for brightening the skin and hydration. I'm so glad to hear that, Jenny. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Jen says, I love the Tgif Booster. Barely any scent. That's right, because it has no fragrance in it. Yeah. Carla says, is there ever a day that you don't use anything on your skin and let it breathe? It's a really good question, Carla. I'll be very honest with you. Not really. I will do a very pared down routine, which is basically what I've put on right now, and then I'll put moisturizer on. That is probably the most pared down routine I will do. But I don't. I find that my skin is in better shape when I apply skincare every day. Alana, I do like the Truth Treatments Vitamin C. I think it's beautiful. Absolutely. I just, I don't know. I love Truth Treatments. I love Ben. I think he's fantastic. I just never, for some reason, got pulled. I mean, I used it, but I never got pulled to it like I have the other products, which tell me for just some reason that I prefer these. But Truth Treatments is a fantastic product line. Absolutely. All right. Great. So now what I'll do is this next step, honestly, it depends on how I'm feeling. Next is my growth factor serum. Now you can use your EGF from Lamu, which I have upstairs, or I like to use the stem factor from Osmosis, and I combine that with, where is it? Oh, so then I'll combine it sometimes with my Glossier, which I've been loving, the niacinamide and zinc serum. But if you want to just simple, you just go like this, a little bit on your hand. I use the Truth Treatment spray just because I just think it's a little bit more superior, but it doesn't really matter. And then I massage this into my skin. In. And then I will apply my moisturizer and my sunscreen, and I am out the door. Now, if I really, really, really have an extra little bit of time and I'm feeling a little bit extra dry, because sometimes, honestly, living in Colorado, the weather is so schizophrenic, it changes by the minute. So sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm super dry and I need a little extra hydration. I will just literally go right in with this. And I'm just showing you how I'm layering, you guys. That's all. Just a little bit in my hand. Press. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. Okay. And that's it. Now, what I'll do is I usually will brush my teeth, and then I will apply my moisturizer. So I'm going to let this sit just for a quick second, and then I'll apply my moisturizer, and I'll give you some options that I've been using. But I will apply, let me just apply my Biossance on top, since I can't show you my eye cream that I've been using. And then I'll also apply my Grande Lash MD in the morning as well. And that's basically it. And then I'm out the door. Again, it's a quick routine for me because I am, I blast through that and it's super quick. And I interchange things. So like I'll do that and then I'll brush my teeth and then, I'll apply my moisturizer and then I will brush my hair and then I will put my SPF on and then I'll get dressed. You know what I mean? So that's how I make the morning go a lot quicker. But that is basically a very simplified full routine that you need. Today, I'm not feeling super dry. So I'm going to go in with the multibiotic from the Inky List. And it is a lightweight moisturizer. And I'll give you some options as well. Feels really good. So it's a probiotic moisturizer or a probiotic serum for somebody that's super dehydrated. Now, if you are in a more humid climate and you are more oily, this moisturizer might be fantastic for you because it is so lightweight and you won't need one on top of it. The Behydra from Drunk Elephant is fantastic. I've actually been trying this one, which is it's new by Jurlique, and it's the Rare Rose Gel Cream. And it reminds me a lot of the water cream from TATCHA. And a little bit goes a long way. Now, the only thing I'll tell you is it's beautiful. I have used this during the day. But if you are at all sensitive to a fragrance, this is not for you. I personally love it. I love their rose line, but it is heavily fragranced naturally, okay? But it is heavily fragranced. So if you're not into fragrance, this is not going to be for you, but it is super lightweight. It goes into the skin really quickly. And of course, Jurlique is more of that natural skincare baseline. A couple other moisturizers I've been using during the day. Honestly, this is a staple. I never ever leave home without this. This is the Skin Softening Day Moisturizer from Guerlain Naturals. It's a little heavier. This one's been beautiful. I've been enjoying this one. This is the Better Days Ahead from Pharmacy. Again, this is a little bit more for your drier skin types, as well as the TATCHA Dewy Skin Cream. I love this. I've been using this most days as well. So those are some options for moisturizers that I've been using. Again, you know, I'm not a big proponent of spending a ton of money on moisturizers. I just don't think it's necessary. But yeah, those are the ones I use. And then where is my, okay, so then my sunscreen. I've actually been really enjoying the, obviously, you know, the Ulta MD Tinted SPF is fantastic. I've also been trying the Drunk Elephant. This is the Broad Spectrum 30. It's tinted. That's great. I just, for some reason, can't get away from this. This is the Josie Maran Protect and Perfect Radiance Broad Spectrum SPF 45. It's so beautiful. I wear it a lot when I don't want to wear makeup. And I'll just put a concealer on with this, and then I'll call it a day. And that's it. And it really, and then I put a couple different, I put like one more layer on of this after it has a chance to sink in because it's pretty dewy. And I want to make sure that I get adequate SPF coverage. And this is literally how long it takes me to do my skincare and SPF. And then, of course, I will bring my Colorscience powder sunscreen with me and a touch-up during the day as it goes. And that's pretty much it. And the skin looks beautiful, perfected. Where's my other one, though? I do usually use the Colorscience 3-in-1. Must be upstairs. The tinted SPF for the eye area. It's really good. Somebody actually asked me how to touch up sunscreen for the eyes. And I thought that was such an amazing question because I don't really know how to touch up sunscreen for the eyes because you can't use a powder around there. Maybe a spray SPF on your finger and then just kind of tapping around the orbital bone. But if you are ever outside, your sunglasses are going to be the best SPF you possibly can. That's why mine are so big because I want all of this protected. So just an FYI on that. Okay, and then, hold on one second, Joan. Remind me in 1 second. And then for the nighttime, I will jump into that in 1 second before I'm going to answer these questions right now real quick. So Joan says, if you keep changing serums and moisturizer, etc., how do you know which one is really working best for you? So honestly, Joan, I don't really change serums that often. I really don't. If you've been following me long enough, you know that I have really not veered from this for the past, I'd say 6 or 7 months. So serums, I don't change very often at all. I might add something in there, here or there, just to see how it works for my skin. I'm also an esthetician, so I can tell if something's working for me a lot quicker than somebody else can, or if it's not working for me, or if I don't like the texture or something like that. So that's it. Now, moisturizers, I mean, honestly, you can change whatever you want to, however often you want to, because usually you'll know by the first time that you wear it or a third that it's working for you. And because moisturizers, you guys, moisturizers are honestly, in my opinion, they don't add a ton of benefit skincare wise. They're there to be occlusive. They're there to hold in moisture, hydration. They're there to lock everything in. So I don't change things very often. Let's see, she says, where and when would you personally add CBD oil? The one from Herbivore, it's amazing. Yeah. At night. I don't use oils during the day at this time. So at night. Yes, glasses keep you from squinting. That's exactly right, Lori. Do you like the Goop powder sunscreen? I haven't tried it, Angela. I haven't tried a lot from Supergoop. Yeah, I'm drinking Diet Coke. Sorry, Ebri. I'm so tired. We were out late last night. I guess not out late, but we had a huge day. Somebody says, I can't tolerate the Josie Maran SPF. I don't think I can tolerate jojoba oil. Okay, good to know. Okay, less than $20 and it's a mineral SPF. Oh, cool. Interesting. Good to know. I'll look for it. I'm going for a full face makeover at Sephora tomorrow. That's fun, Lori. Yes, Betsy, Kate Somerville has an SPF spray, and I actually used it a long time ago, but the alcohol content in there is so high. I'd be really careful. This alcohol content in the Supergoop one is the least I can find. Jenny says, I'm with you, Elle. I use Josie Maran SPF and love it. Good, I'm so glad. Now, sometimes I will add in like a peptide serum during the day if I really want to. I mean, we talked about this. I don't love all the ingredients in this collagen booster, which is not a collagen booster, it's a peptide booster from the Inky list, but sometimes I'll add this in. It just depends, but that honestly is my routine for the daytime. That is what I do. That's pretty much every day. Now, the nighttime really doesn't veer except for 2 other products. So I will walk you through this again. I will wash my face, but I will double cleanse. So your favorite oil cleanser, your favorite regular cleanser. I will not do any other form of AHA or BHA. That's just it. I won't do it again. And then I'll use my essence. I will use my Tgif Booster. There she is. And then I will put on my, and I will combine these 2. I will combine my, nope, it's not it. This is new for me, you guys. This is brand new. The Catalyst AC-11 from Osmosis, and then I will combine it with my vitamin A derivative together. And that's what I do every night. I put a moisturizer on and a sleeping pack sometimes, and that is it. But the Catalyst is brand new to me. I don't use it during the day because it has like a brown tint to it. But if you want to look like super bronzed, it's really fun. It looks beautiful on the skin. But then I combine those 2, a pump of each, a little bit of spray, and I work them into my skin, moisturizer, and then that is it. That is pretty much what I do every single evening. It does not veer. And I really use the same moisturizers. I use either the Pharmacy or TATCHA or whatever. This is more of like a daytime moisturizer. And then I will add in some sort of Retinol Eye Serum. I've really been enjoying this one. This is the one I talked about recently, the QRX Labs. The price point is amazing. The Eye Reboot Serum. It has caffeine in it, hyaluronic acid, rosehip oil, retinol, niacinamide, and ferulic acid. It's really beautiful. It's fantastic. And so that's what I will use, and then I will use my cream over it. But yeah, so that is it. I do, let me make sure I'm reading here. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. So Jay Holmes says, I'm on the quest for a powder SPF to touch up. So my favorite one is, but I have deep skin. Any suggestions? Have you tried the Colorscience one, Jay Holmes? Have you tried it? Because it's pretty darn transparent. Let me know. I know you and I talk on Instagram, so text or DM me if you have tried that and it doesn't work for you. Can you maybe explain the difference between the different vitamin C's? There is one that doesn't change or become less effective after the bottle has been. Yes, Yvonne, I will actually do something. I will make a whole video on the different vitamin C's. That's actually a great topic. Remind me, I will definitely do that. Is Leah on here? Hi, Leah. You don't find the Osmosis Vitamin A Serum drying. Joni asked me. No, I do not find it drying at all. Now, I think the reason being is because I have already layered on an Essence, the Tgif Booster, and then I put a nice moisturizer on and, and a sleeping pack on. So I do not find it at all drying. You might want to switch, though, if you're using the Osmosis spray, you might want to switch to the Truth Treatment spray because it has no alcohol in it. So that might be something to consider, okay? The Ordinary Rosehip Oil, C Cats. Yeah, it's cool. Absolutely. I've talked about that before a long time ago. It's good. Yes, the Debbie says, love the Q10 and Hydration Booster drops from Indeed Labs. Cool. So Anita asks, hi Elle, have you ever tried No. 7 moisturizers? What are your thoughts? I have tried a few of them. I don't love the ingredients in their moisturizers. You got to really check out those ingredients, guys, and see what works for you. Kara says, I have found not cleaning my face in the morning is best for me. Do you see anything wrong with that? I will wipe it with water on my face. Okay, this is a point of contention for a lot of people. So some dermatologists will say, splash your face with water and then go on with the rest of your skincare routine. It's honestly what works best for you. Would I ever tell any of my skincare clients to never wash their face in the morning? No. Now, if you splash your face with water and then use a toner on a pad, that might be an option for sure. But I always recommend just a very gentle cleanser, even something like Cetaphil. But do what's best for you. So it's okay to use a retinol around the eyes, Amanda asks. Now, you only should be using a retinol around the eyes that is for the eyes. This is an eye serum. It's formulated for the eyes. You want to make sure you use something that's only formulated for the eyes. I also use the Paula's Choice Ceramide Enriched Firming Eye Cream. This also has retinol in it as well. So yeah, you want to use something that's formulated for the eye area, all right? You do not want to use Retin-A around the eye area. Okay, there's been a couple studies now that people have had really severe issues with their eyes because of using Retin-A around the eye. So be careful there. What sleeping pack do you use? Oh, girl. Okay, so I use the Algenist Collagen Sleeping Mask is my favorite. I use the Ren's sleeping mask, and then I also use the TATCHA Dewy Skin. It's the jiggly one. I just talked about it on my Instagram, but that's their answer to a sleeping mask. That's what I use. Do you do one-on-ones for personal skincare routine, Susan says. Yes, I do, but my platform that I used before kind of got weird and went to like tarot card readings, so I had to stop that. So I'm looking for a new platform as we speak. I do, however, do some on Skype. It just depends with my schedule right now since it's summer. My daughter's home a lot more. But just all you have to do is email me at info@elleleary.com and we can try to work something out. Okay. Oh, Leah's correcting me. Osmosis reformulated clear and very, so their spray, Leah's talking about the spray from Osmosis. They reformulated it, and it's very similar to Truths Now with added minerals, now called Boost. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you, Leah. I did not know that. I found a great powder SPF that is water resistant from Eminence. Ooh, I love Eminence. I'm going to have to try that. Thank you. Can you share again the exfoliant that you patted on? Yes. It is by Glossier, and it is called The Solution. There you go. Debbie, I don't love the Peter Thomas Roth's retinols, but I love the Dr. Dennis Gross retinols. His eye serum, the Retinol Eye Serum, is fantastic. Fantastic. One of the best out there in the market. What do you think of enzyme treatment masks? The Amore Pacific one as a weekly exfoliant. It depends if your skin can handle it, honestly. Try it out. If your skin can handle it, then do it. Amore Pacific is a great line. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to have to try that from Eminence. I have not tried the Ordinary ALA. I should try that, though. Just happened. Oh, okay, cool, Leah. Thank you for letting me know. And then, so I did want to add in my last thing for my nighttime routine. I will use oils always before moisturizers, and I've been really gravitating if I feel I need to use an oil. So I don't use an oil every single night, but if my skin feels like it needs a little bit of an oil boost, I will use it before moisturizer or in my moisturizer, but I've been really gravitating towards CBD oils in my nighttime routine. Can you use an oil serum before a retinol? I wouldn't. No, I would pack on but I would use the retinol first, let that kind of sink in, dry down, do what it's going to do, and then you can do your oil over it. Wonderful. I will start using Glossier toner in the morning. Your advice always, oh, you're so welcome. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have you tried Patreon? You know what? To be honest with you, I feel a little strange about Patreon. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I'm like missing the boat. I just feel it's weird. I don't know. Like for me, if I was to ever do some sort of subscription-based something, it would be more of like a class environment, like specific makeup routines or skincare routines or like master classes. But yeah. Yes. Okay. How do you feel about the Biossance retinol and the rest of their line? Well, y'all know I love me some Biossance. Love, love, love. But not everybody can use oils. So, but if you are into oils, I think their line is fantastic. I think it's well formulated. It is one of the cleanest skincare brands out there. Their retinol oil is beautiful. Very gentle. Very, very, very gentle. There's so many lines I love. Thanks, Debbie, for backing me up about that. You got it, Jenny. Yeah. Okay. So does anybody else have any other questions before I address something that somebody asked earlier on the routines? I mean, I tried to break it down really simply. And summer, you should try to be using very thin layers of everything for the most part, no matter where you live. Even if you live in humid climates, less is more, especially for you guys. Less is more. But for more dry, arid climates, you also don't want to pack on so many heavy layers of products that your skin becomes almost suffocated. So thin layers, that's why all of the serums that I have used today and do use are very thin, and I use thin amounts of them. All right. Can estheticians remove milia? No, not unless they are an RN. In my state. Now, I don't know if that's in different states, but in my state. Debbie, do you like the Tarte Knockout? Honestly, I don't love it. I don't love it. I think it's super aggressive. But if you have more oilier skin, you can maybe handle it. Let's see here. Oh, well, thanks, T. I appreciate it. I'll look into Patreon. I'll look into it. Have you ever tried any of the Good Molecules skincare? Lisa H asks. I have looked into the ingredients and was not super impressed by the ingredients, so I decided not to try it, to spend money on it. Joan asks, what does clean mean in skincare context? I love this. Thank you for asking, Joan. Okay, so what we talk about clean is honestly just a made-up marketing word. Honestly, it's just a made-up word, but it classifies things so that we can understand them a little bit more clearly. That's why these names of things like green, clean, non-toxic, like that is in it so people can understand it correctly. So when I mean clean, I mean that A, they usually have a very small ingredient list. And B, they are free from some of the top harsh ingredients as far as, in my opinion, as far as like formaldehyde, PEGs, obviously it's petrochemicals, did I already say drying alcohols, fragrance for some things, like our artificial fragrance, and they're pretty much non-toxic. So they try their best to not have hormone disruptors in them. Sephora's kind of classification of green is a little loose, but it's a great place to start because they have really talked about like phthalates aren't in there. So anything that could be kind of toxic or harmful to our skin and internally, we classify as clean. But that doesn't have those in it. We classify them as clean. Thanks for asking that. Okay, so thank you. Welcome, Yvonne. What's your opinion on the Ole Hendrickson eye cream? The yellow one, Daniela? I think it's fine. I mean, I saw it in store and used it on several clients. It was pretty. It's a banana color, so it will help with discoloration. And the other brightening vitamin C essentials. I've only tried his vitamin C serum and I wasn't super impressed. How often do you use the TATCHA rice powder in your cleansing routine? Good question, Donna. I would say once or twice a week. Depends on how my skin feels because it's so gentle. So it depends on how my skin feels. Like also I will do it if I've worn like a lot of makeup that week or that day. Like if I've really kind of gone for it, I want to really make sure that it's nice and cleansed. That's the only type of physical exfoliating cleanser I will ever use. And it's not even really that physical. Can you, wait, Kelly says, can please do a morning routine for pregnancy? Okay, great question. I talked about this in my video I did where I answered all of your questions. If it was, hold on one second, guys. So a skincare routine for somebody that is expecting would be a great wash, obviously, would be a hydrating essence. You can use the hydrating. Go to my affordable beauty skincare routine video I did. The Cosrx Snail Mucin and the Cosrx Balancing Essence. Those two would be fantastic to layer and be beautiful for pregnant women. That has nothing in it that's going to harm anything, and it's going to be great. Now, those are great essences. You can use niacinamide while you're pregnant, so if you want to use that. you can. I wouldn't necessarily go in, here it is. I wouldn't go in with this collagen booster from the Inkey list if you're pregnant, because it has it has an ingredient in here that I don't love for pregnant people, but you can use a peptide serum if you want to. Ceramide serums are fantastic. Now, Osmosis does say that they're pregnancy safe, but I want you to check with your doctor, because I don't know if I personally would be applying vitamin A, vitamin C, AHAs or BHAs while I was pregnant. And then you apply your moisturizer, your great SPF, and you're on your way. Now for nighttime, I would do very similar, except I would add in a gentle exfoliation like the TATCHA rice enzyme powders, or the Babar rice enzyme powder, or the Eminence enzyme powders. Those are beautiful. So that's what I would do. Kylie says, do you still do makeup on celebs? I do every once in a while. I'm more of a personal-based makeup artist now. Reason being, I'm in Colorado, and also my daughter's health doesn't allow me to be gone for long periods of time anymore. But I still do work with Holland. All right. For night, I'll wash my face, wait 20 minutes, then apply retinol, then wait another 20 minutes, and then go with my serums. Is that good? Okay, guys, so retinol is very different than Retin-A, guys. Retin-A is where you have to wait the 10 to 20 minutes for it to dry down. Retinols, you don't have to wait. I like to just let it sink in just for a few minutes, just to make sure that everything is absorbing correctly. But retinols, you don't need to wait 20 minutes between another serum if you are using it. Carolyn says, do you know what it means when they say it's cruelty-free? How are they cruel to animals? What do they do to harm them? This is a tough topic for me, Carolyn. I would actually ask you to research that. Cruelty-free means that they do not animal test. That means that usually, for the most part, that no portion of their products have been tested on animals. I don't want to go into how they're mean to animals, but it's pretty horrific. It's pretty horrific and mind-blowing. And I will actually announce now that in 2020, my channel will be fully cruelty-free. And I'm really excited to do that in 2020. So, how can a non-professional in skincare know which products can be safely combined and put on the face at the same time? I hear differing routines from several well-known skincare experts. I'm not quite sure. A non-professional, I'm not quite sure. But everybody, it's just like anybody that's like, from even your doctors, your doctors, if you have an issue and you go to 3 different doctors, for the most part, they're going to give you 3 different options and 3 different opinions. So it's very similar to that. For oily skin, you mentioned one skin. Can you explain what you mean? Oh, okay. Yes, Linda. So what I mean by one skin is with the essence, just take a couple drops and then pat it on the face and then move on. So for me, I'm more normal to dry, so I'm going to do that, patting it on 2 to 3 times. So for oily skin, you can just do it once. Yes, Retin-A, Kendra, if that's what you meant, yes, you can wait. That's what you should be doing. So yes, your routine looked great. I understand. Can't wait to see more stuff. Thank you so much, Kylie. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much, Joan. I really appreciate that, Susan. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. Yep, 2020, I will be completely cruelty-free on my channel. So I'm going to also try my best to be cruelty-free as well in clothing. And then, of course, hair care will always be cruelty-free. So, yeah. Yay, I'm so glad. So Graciela says, can you mix Retin-A with a moisturizer? Absolutely, Graciela. And I actually prefer that people do that. Absolutely. Michelle says, what is a growth factor, CBD oil, EGF, etc.? Okay, so if you guys are confused on growth factors or any of those products, please, please, please do me a big favor. Put in the search bar on YouTube, growth factor, Elle Leary, Lamu, Elle Leary, CBD, Elle Leary, and it'll bring up all of my videos because those are huge topics and they need to be explained appropriately. So I hope that you do that because it's a really fun couple videos. Do you think the Colorscience Eye Cream SPF Corrector is worth the price? Yes, absolutely. I think it is. Do you know if it creases? I want to try it so much, but the price scares me. It's a lot. I'll be honest. It's really expensive, but I think it's worth it for sure. If it creases, absolutely, if you put too much on, just like anything else. A couple last questions here. Andrea says, can you use rose essential oil on the face? Absolutely. Rose is actually fantastic for the face, for the skin. It's really great. Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. What about rosemary essential oil? That rosemary essential oil, in my opinion, I wouldn't use on the face. Oh, hey, Ellen. I didn't see that you were here. Thank you, Marie, for putting that video in there. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jacqueline. All right. Did you ever discover, Amber says, did you ever discover any sunscreens that are mineral-based but also have a blue light and pollution protection in them? Yes, there are so many. The Dream Screen from Pharmacy, which is my next SPF to get. The one from Beauty by Design has blue light technology. The new one from Ulta MD has blue light. As far as I know, all the Drunk Elephant ones have blue light. I don't think this one does, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But I have been taking also something internally, which I will be doing another video coming up soon that's going to help protect the body as well from SPF or from sun's damage. You're welcome, Natalie. I appreciate it. Okay, it says, okay, thank you. Just a small amount then. Do you set it with Hourglass? I do. Yes. Yes, I do. She's talking about the Colorscience Corrector. Daniela says, my sister has rosacea. The doctor gave her few products to reduce it, but that makes her skin very dry and flaky. I hate. Yeah, Daniela, I would send her, I don't mean this to be arrogant or anything, but I would honestly send her the video that I did. Put rosacea or sensitive skin into the search bar on YouTube and then put Elle Leary, because I think she needs to put in propolis into her routine. Send that video to her. Paula's Choice is a new sunscreen. Ooh, I'm gonna have to try that one out. I have so much stuff to buy. Oh, perfect. Amy says Make Preemie, which is a great drugstore Korean drugstore brand. They have one that's for the blue light technology. Good to know. Perfect. I will look into that as well, Amy and Lori. I'll go to the store and look for that. Yep, Colorscience UV Shield is fantastic. It's one of my staples. It's what I use on my daughter. All right. You're welcome, Amber. Simply Divine Botanicals. I have not tried that. But I don't like retinol pomade. Interesting. Thank you, Marie, for sending that. If you guys go back into the chats on this later on, Marie has been kind enough to put in some of the videos we've been talking about, guys. Some links. I can't thank you enough. Oh, you're so welcome. I really appreciate it. Is it Kira? Is that how you say it, Kira? All right. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys I've been helping you out with everything. I appreciate it. I am going to go run now. I love Skincare Sunday Lives. Just so you know, if you are new, it's every first and third Sunday of the month. And I just love you all so much. I hope that this was helpful and informative. And just to show you that, during the summer, we're going to be out and about. Don't spend a ton of time on your skincare during the day. And it can be really simple. Yes, I use more cosmeceutical grade products, but just think of the ingredients that are in it and then make your own routine with what fits your budget and your lifestyle. That's always what my channel is about. I get kind of dinged quite a bit about using a little bit more expensive products, but it's really, my channel is really all about tips, tricks, ingredients to find stuff and empower you guys that will be helpful for you to make your own routines that fit in your lifestyle. Well, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. That goes all back to my channel. Kathy, thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And for all you guys, that's the first Skincare Sunday Live. I hope you join us back, and we're so happy to hear you, or to have you, all right, you guys. Well, thank you again, Kathy. I appreciate it for the support, and I will see you all on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, you guys. Have a great Sunday.